Hi, I'm Tom Laux, City of Wisconsin Rapids Multimedia Coordinator for Community Media. This is a senior informational segment, so thanks for joining us. And today we're going to talk about volunteering, and I have Angie Laux, Volunteer Center Director of United Way. Thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
You're going to tell me about volunteering and how people can get involved. All right, well, let's start right off with how do they get a hold of you, and tell us about the fun and enjoyment of volunteering in our community.
Okay. Well, first of all, to get in touch with me, you can give me a call at the United Way office at 715-421-0390. We can do a phone consult, or we can set up a time when you come and stop in and do an interview. I'll go over the different what your interests are and your skills and your schedule and match you up with that perfect volunteer opportunity. Or if you prefer to surf the net, you can certainly visit our website instead. That's located at uwiw.org, and then you click on the volunteer tab in the top right corner.
Well, you're available by phone Monday through Friday, 421-0390, and just give you a call, set up a time, and then you can go through all the things that you need to do to get someone started.
Correct.
Alrighty, well, let's talk about benefits of volunteering. There's a lot of benefits, not just benefiting the person that you're doing the volunteering for, it's also yourself that's doing the volunteering.
Correct, correct. And I hear that a lot from a lot of people. So many people have said to me, you know, I wanted to volunteer because I wanted to help others, but in the end, they helped me. So I do hear that story quite a bit. So that is definitely one of the benefits of volunteering. A lot of the other benefits is it could be fun. It's just an opportunity to socialize or make new friends and learn more about and feel connected to the community. But I did want to kind of specify some of the benefits of volunteering that help older Americans in particular, because volunteering does have a lot of health benefits. We know that volunteers tend to live longer and report less disability. For example, volunteers are less likely to develop high blood pressure, which can lead to heart disease and stroke. So that's an example of how volunteering can help you live longer. And it can also help you stay more physically fit, depending on the volunteer opportunity. Like, for example, you could volunteer at the Y and still stay physically fit, which is really important when you're a senior. The benefits are not just physical, but mental as well. We know that people who volunteer tend to report less stress, more feelings of well-being, and tend to be less depressed. And this can be especially beneficial for anyone who's a senior, who's going through a difficult time, maybe a loss of a loved one. If that person has been volunteering, all of those health benefits that they've been experiencing will help them reduce that time period of depression. We also know that volunteering can increase brain activity and preservation of cognitive functions, so it might be a little helpful in the dementia area as well. It's also very helpful if you are thinking about retiring in the near future. A lot of people have told me that they're not sure what they're going to do when they retire. They think they're going to be bored or they're not going to feel useful anymore. Well, volunteering is a perfect way to solve that. There's a lot of nonprofit organizations who really would like to hear from you. So that is volunteering is definitely a way to keep using those skills and your talents after you're retired.
Alrighty. Well, you're the director of the Volunteer Center.
Yep.
It's a program through United Way, held right at the United Way office.
Yep.
How do you get people to contact you about volunteers that they need volunteers? Do they contact you directly and then you turn around and get those volunteers to those people?
They can. I'm sort of a clearinghouse for volunteers and the agencies who need volunteers. So I get a lot of volunteers who come to me and say, hey, I decided I want to volunteer. Maybe they know where they want to volunteer already. Then I'll just line them up. Or sometimes they don't know what they want to do. So then we sit down and have that conversation and we come up with a game plan. And then I take volunteer opportunities from the agencies as well. So So when I sit down with those volunteers, I am able to say, oh, well, I just heard from this agency and this might be perfect for you. So that's how I'm able to match people up. I also want to mention too, if you sign up for an account on our website, you can also opt in for e-blasts, and that will give you real-time volunteer opportunities. So when I get that email, when I get that message from one of the agencies saying I need a volunteer for this event next week, I can send that e-blast out to everybody and try to get them set up as soon as possible. So and a lot of people like getting those emails because they like to know what's happening in the community.
Alrighty. So all they have to go to is uwiw.org. Ton of information there for volunteering.
And click on volunteer. Yep.
Click on volunteer, and if you want to talk to Angie directly, 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, is that right?
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, thanks again for joining me. I really appreciate it for coming by and sharing that information. And just to let you guys know, volunteer opportunities always run at the bottom of our screen in our bulletin board between programming. You'll see that at times. The volunteer opportunities that are from the United Way office are at the bottom of our screen. So if you want to check those out in between programming, you'll be able to see those. And again, thanks for joining us on the Senior Informational segment.